Hi, and welcome back to my channel at Also Victoria, where I'm a part-time reseller on Etsy, Poshmark, eBay, and I just got invited. I guess it's an invitation. You apply for it on Thrilling, where you also sell vintage clothing. So it'd probably be a cross between my Etsy, the clothing on my Etsy shop, and on Thrilling will probably be cross-posted together. Some of it, maybe not all of it. But anyway, I'm going to go over what sold, and this is in the summertime, so I will. So let me get started with the gross. This is 15 sales. So let me get started with what sold in my Etsy, Poshmark, and eBay shops. Had 15 sales with a total of gross of $383.64. So a net profit of $283.31. The fees were $84.73, and the cost of good was $15.60. So let me show you what sold over that time period. So on my Etsy shop, I sold these colorful 80 shorts for $16. They cost me 42 cents at an estate sale with a bulk estate sale buy. And I picked these up in May of 2011 and listed them in February. And so it took about, let's see, so this is in August. So these took about 6 months to sell. Now I listed them in the winter, so kind of normal they'd sell in the summer, but not always. And then I sold these 60 black shorts for $26 in my Etsy shop. And these cost $1.52 in a bulk sale from an estate sale. Picked them up in July of 2019 and they sold in June. No, and I listed them in June of this year. So it took about a month for these to sell. And then on Poshmark, I sold this shrinking violet crinkle embroidered tank top for $13. It didn't cost me anything. It was given to me by my daughter, so I don't know. And they sold, and I listed them in March, so they took about 5 months to sell. And then on eBay, my Oso Victoria, it's Victoria Oso Victoria shop. I sold this double Jew pink lace tunic top for $14, and it didn't cost me anything. It was given to me by a neighbor of mine, and I listed it in June of this year, so it took a couple months for this to sell. And then on Poshmark, I sold this impression three-piece maxi floral dress. Had a liner, a detached liner that you could also wear as a dress. Then the floral thing you'll see here, and then a little shirt top to go with it. And this was mine from quite a long time ago. I used to wear it to work, I believe, probably in the 90s, in the early 2000s. I'm not sure. And anyway, I listed it in November of last year, and so it took about 9 months, 10 months for this to sell, almost a year for this to sell. Well, not quite. Never mind. Scratch that. And also on Poshmark, I sold this Dr. Pepper t-shirt for $10. It cost me $1. I picked it up in a thrift store in Arcata, California, in January of this year and listed it in March. So that took 5 months to sell. And also on Poshmark, I sold this Flexus black bodysuit for $36. I don't know where I got it. One of my kids gave it to me. Um, I have 6 kids, so it's a possibility of one of them. One of the three, I would say, that give me the most things. So it was one of them that gave this to me. I mean, I guess that's a bonus for having a lot of kids. Especially when they're grown. When they're grown, they buy things, they come across things, and they pass those things on to their mom, who they know is a reseller, and happy to do so. And I'm very thankful for that. And so this I listed in March also, so that took about 5 months to sell. And then on Etsy, I sold this 1950s brown leather heels. Sumner was the brand name. For $42. They cost me $1.52 that I picked up at an estate sale a couple years ago. And I had these listed for a couple of years since 2010 is when I actually listed them. Anyway, I'm not sure when I had these listed, so but I think I listed them not too long ago. So they didn't take that long to sell. I mean, I sold this where on Poshmark. I sold this soft surrounding knit dress for $40. I did pick it up at the Goodwill and paid $7.99 for it uh, last year, and I listed it in December of last year, so it took about 8 months for this to sell. And then on Etsy, I sold a bundle for a total of $109. So I sold these 80s Another Time floral knit dress for 28. I sold this 80s Citron Stevens floral knit skirt for 26. This 80s inclination blazer for 36, and this 40s lace crochet collar for $39. So the knit dress cost me 95 cents. The skirt cost me $1. The blazer cost me 80 cents, and the crochet collar cost me 40 cents. And I picked these up from 2017 up to just January of this year, in those time frames, from an estate sale, from the Humane Society over on the coast, from an AAUW Grange fill a bag, and a senior center in Cave Junction on the way to the coast. And so they've been listed since, see, from 2019 to May of this year. And so all those things sold. And also on my Etsy, also Victoria, I sold this New York and Company maxi linen skirt, wrap skirt for $26. This was also something I had at home. I would have wore it to work, but I just didn't like the way it fit me, so I hung on to it forever and ever. And then I finally listed it and only took a couple of months for that to sell. And then on eBay, I sold this City Wrap black and white knit dress for $19.98, and this was given to me by my daughter. And I had just listed it 2 months ago and sold. So of all the 15 sales in the one bundle, 8 of those items was on Etsy for a total of $219. 5 of the items were on Poshmark for a total of $130, and 2 items on eBay for a total of $34.64. So those are the vintage. What I like showing is the vintage, the modern stuff, and they're not one of a kind. I mean, especially the modern stuff. But they're things I like that I find interesting that I think maybe somebody else will like and thinks kind of cool. And so that's why I pick them up and that's why I list them. And there are some things I pick up and list and I'm going, I don't know, but I think I know somebody would probably want this, even though it's not a high price item or whatever it is, it's just something. And so I go ahead and list it, and I think I also think I don't think this will ever sell, but I have it. I think I'll list it, whatever. And it sells. And so I'm sometimes always surprised by things that sell, but they do. Okay, so if you like what sold videos, I have a whole bunch coming up of what sold. They're kind of what you consider one-off items because I only do one of these at a time. I don't know if I ever have 2 or more of any of these because it's reselling thrifted clothes. Some was new with tags. So hit the like and follow if you want to see, and then look at my playlist, and those are where all my what solds are and my hauls of showing you what I have picked up and some of my adventures that I go on in Southern Oregon here. All right, thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.